Call the meeting to order. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you're able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we'll do roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Hart.
Councilperson Brett Fire.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Jeremiah Holgen.
We're all here and accounted for. Looking for approval of tonight's agenda. Anything from there?
We're good from here.
So moved.
Wait, I'm gonna add something. I'm
So
gonna add,
happy to see it's so short.
yeah, I'm gonna add a little housekeeping item to the end of the general business that we'll take care of, so we'll throw that on there.
Okay, so moved with the amendment.
All right, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. There'll be approval of the council meeting minutes of September 12th, 2023.
I'll make the motion to approve those minutes.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Questions or discussion on any of it? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That'll take us to finance and budget. You have the accounts payable listing with the additional listing. Any questions, please direct them to Finance Director Carla.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve the accounts payable. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That'll take us into motions and general business. The first item is lights and land purchase. EDA Board has received an offer on the city-controlled 2.14 acres at Schumann's Business Park associated with Lot 2, Block 3, parcel ID 52721072697. Mark Langston is offering $2.25 a square foot for the property. The project would include construction of an estimated 17,000 square foot multi-tenant commercial structure that would house approximately 8 businesses. Businesses renting within the structure are expected to have the uses compliant with highway commercial zoning. The buyer expects the construction will be done and completed by September 1, 2027. Purchase agreements proposes a closing date of October 12, 2023. The EDA's Finance Committee have had the opportunity to review and evaluate the proposal and are recommending approval of the offers and the purchase agreement. The city attorney has also reviewed the document and included her thoughts and suggestions within the document. Proposed purchase agreement is attached to this RCA for council's assessment. Did you all look it over?
Dude. It's an exciting one, I think. I think it's an exciting proposal.
Yep. And with that one, that'll be the last city-controlled lot out there.
Yep.
All right, the council action request would be to approve or deny the purchase offer and purchase agreement with Mark Lightson for so said parcel.
I'll move to approve.
We have a second?
I'll second that.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That'll carry. Takes us to our next item, which are the 2024-25 law enforcement contracts. Olmsted County has provided us with the 24-25 law enforcement contracts. Contracts amounts for the city are $737,989. That's 4.16% increase for 24 and $760,129 for 25. That is a 3% for 25. The cops contract is $122,596, which is a 6% for 24, and $126,274, 3% for 2025. The contract amounts were included in the 2024 preliminary budget with council approved at the September 12th meeting. Questions or discussion? We had a very nice meeting a couple times with Brian Howard.
That was gonna be my question, I guess, because I knew you guys had a few things you wanted to address with him, and I assume that all got ironed out.
Brian took care of everything that we asked. The language has been changed in the contract the way we asked it to be. very smooth
Okay,
meetings this time.
I'll move to approve it.
We have a motion to approve, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That'll carry. That'll bring up the item I want to add, this housekeeping item. Now, due to the continued harassment of Gary Johnson towards our staff and council, from this point forward, I make the motion that Gary Johnson is no longer allowed to interact with the council or staff directly unless through a public meeting or through the city attorney. Each person has the option of blocking his email, which I strongly recommend myself. It's gotten to the point that he's costing the city a lot of money no matter what we do. Just the constant harassment, constant questions that are answered, but then he doesn't seem satisfied. So I am making the motion, that's the only way he will be able to talk to this people in the city, and which is fine. So I'm looking for a second for that motion, that he has to go directly through the attorney, or he can come to a public meeting and stand right up there. No more talking to the staff and harassing them every day after day. I make that motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That'll take us out of motions and general business. That'll take us to mayor, staff, consultant reports. Mayor's report. We'd like to send our sympathies to the family of Gene Mossing and Bill Messinger, a couple fellows from our community, but I think you've all heard and probably all seen on the news, there was a terrible tragedy east and south of town a little bit by Sumner Center. So we'd like to have everyone in the community send their prayers out to the Miller family, two of their young daughters, Irma and Wilma, who were killed in the accident. Two of the other children are still hospitalized. So please keep them in your thoughts. Oktoberfest is this weekend at Two Brothers from 6 to 8. Send a thank you to the chamber for sponsoring this event again this year. Firefighters breakfast is this Sunday from 8 to noon at the American Legion. It's always a good breakfast, always a good turnout for a good bunch of guys and gals. The SHS Football Booster Club Fun Night is October 7th from 5 to midnight. On that note, let's send good luck to each sport during homecoming week, which is this week is homecoming week. You should have wore our colors tonight. Nate, ain't you got some striped socks on or something?
Probably.
But yeah, good luck to the boys. They've had quite a season rolling again already, and all the girls' sports, the soccer sports, everything's going on. Good luck to each and every one of them. That's all I've got. That'll take us to the city administrator's report.
Reports in your packet there. I just want to highlight, we've already done one item earlier with the economic development news, but wow, we're getting hit with a real neat spate of economic development. Obviously right behind us, 2 different buildings are going through renovations to rejuvenate and pick up new business opportunities. And then out in the industrial park with obviously tonight's approval, one at your last meeting, Minnesota Medical, Geotech's been in, highlighting their campus news for the 40 acres. And then Marv Schumann has told us that now he's got some additional inquiries that are looking at more property out there. So these past couple of weeks, past couple of months, and this past year have really been great for Stewartville.
The folks that bought Tiger Paper will be breaking ground too here the first of the month, sounds like.
What's that?
Huh?
What's with that?
I don't think that's for public knowledge yet.
Oh, fair. I didn't ask anything.
Alright, well, it is now.
So, yeah, so neat news for Stewartville all the way around.
Mark can keep that out of the paper. I know the editor. I know where he lives too.
So it's just great to see people making these types of investments in our community and having our industrial commercial base grow like that is a great thing for everybody.
Alright, any questions for city administrator? Alright, thank you, Bill. Finance Director Carla?
Continuing to work on the budget, working towards the final budget, we will get some better numbers for the health benefits and for the dental benefits, which, you know, we kind of have some contingency numbers in there, as well as we will get to the final salary numbers coming up here in October. So we'll be able to get through more of that, and would like to then, maybe the end of October, look at maybe meeting with you guys or before one of the meetings and just kind of roll through where we're at with that, just to make sure everybody is kind of on the same wavelength with the final budget and where we want to be.
Questions for Finance Director? I believe she has a happy birthday coming up, or said it already, when is it now or when?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right, Sean, Public Works Director report.
There's a report in there, amphitheater bathrooms, just a quick update, the block work is all up, they're planning on trusses arrive tomorrow, and they're gonna start framing it tomorrow. So that's moving along rapidly now, finally. Jenna's not here, so the street projects, sod, Elcor showed up in the salt project today after they've been gone for a while, and they're finishing up the raising the structures in the street, and then they were going right to the dirt work right afterwards immediately, so sod should be coming there in the next week. The south project, or the north project, they pulled out because of the wet, obviously with sod, otherwise they'd have been finished by now. So they got one more day of sod work to go there, and it's pretty much wrapped up. So,
When are you thinking of starting leaf picking? Because I see there's people starting to rake them on the street already.
in the report there, so it says, it's ready to go.
Okay.
Tractor's hooked up,
I see that, but
the
that's what
tires are put
reminded
on,
me.
it's all fired up, ready to go. We kind of figured probably next Monday.
Okay.
You have it put on Facebook or something, so.
Yeah. We'll announce it late in the week, probably. I wanted to see how much got out there this week, because if a whole bunch did, we'd probably go start early, but, we kind of talked earlier in the week that next Monday we can plan on starting.
The wastewater plant's done.
Yep, all wrapped up, looks good.
Good.
That project went very smooth.
All right, any other questions for Sean? So the guys think, now the summer help's gone, they gotta mow now.
Yeah, well, not too much.
It might, if it keeps this up, gets to 80 this
Close to
week.
80s
Yeah.
this week, so.
So no city engineer report tonight, Sean kind of touched on that. And library director, Nate, you got a report for us?
I do. No, it's kind of a quiet month at the library in terms of activities. We're kind of just rolling with story time. But we're looking to start up kits and programs in earnest again in October. We also, big thanks to Cheryl for helping us post our library aide position. Hope to get a really good candidate in before the council, late October, early November. And huge thanks to Carla for all her help with the budget, both capital and operating. I know, you know, the dental too. I mean, you know, because my mouth is like its own contingency plan. But otherwise, you know, kind of a slow news month for us. Continuing to work on grants, work with the architects, and you know, keeping our head down and knocking out really big tasks.
Think November is gonna be a big month?
I sure hope so, yeah. I still don't know what exactly it's gonna be yet. You know, it turns out like coming up with a fourth dinosaur-related kit is like, you know.
Well, you started. All right, we'll be looking forward to that. Any other questions for Nate? Thank you, Nate. No fire chief, no pool director. Takes us to committee commission boards, Chamber of Commerce, the Oktoberfest. There's a flyer in there about that. That's September 30th, like we mentioned, 6 to 8, out at Two Brothers. You can get your tickets there. You can buy them other places too. Anything else from Chamber that you know of? EDA, HRA, minutes will be coming, but we did approve the purchase agreement. Talked about a couple other things for grand openings and stuff for businesses around town, but that'll all show up in the next one. So, finance? We haven't met for a while.
No, we'll maybe roll through some of the stuff for the final budget before we bring it and talk to everybody for the council.
Library? Park board? Personnel?
Near future, hopefully a library employee, right? Doing nothing now,
Planning and zoning?
nothing that I want.
Public safety?
Nothing special. Brought the speed trailer down, was gonna put out fifth half, but with the construction still going, decided not to. Threw it back on barricade, the median speed's about 43 miles an hour in that 45 mile an hour zone, so that's working. Yeah, nothing special. We got the parade that will be in on Friday, 4:30.
Oh, homecoming, sure.
Yep. You guys want candy? I'll be there.
Yeah, it is.
One thing on the speed things, our radar sign was repaired on the south end of town,
Was it?
so that is working again now right now.
Today? Wasn't working last night.
Well, come on. Yeah, they did it today.
Did they?
Any questions for Dustin? All right, Public Works? Nothing that I can think of. Ready?
No, let's see, I remember my reports. No report on that one.
Roll call.
And we meet tomorrow. Minutes are in your packet from the last meeting.
Big one. Yep, the big one's coming up. Transit Advisory Committee.
If I may hand you
All right, look at this.
the numbers for last
I'm not
quarter.
accepting handouts.
You're doing it big time, aren't you?
I don't get back to share all the time.
So you're gonna get the boss blew it up large so we can maybe.
Okay, she wasn't us like.
Yeah,
right.
Meeting last week, we got a minute to look over the numbers, but thanks very much for continuing to support this program because our numbers show that Stewartville and the community is really using this.
I heard our numbers were the
service.
highest again the ridership was highest again this time, wasn't it?
Correct, where 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we were on
We were talking
the
about,
edge of getting rid of it, and now we're in the top three, top four of the communities around, and so it looks really good. DOT's goal number is the 3 riders per hour, and we're at 2.61, which is right in the top in comparison with the other communities. But so a lot of public support in using the service, and so I appreciate council's support in this, continuing to support the service. They said that they're still struggling with getting a resupply of retiring the older buses, getting new buses in. Hopefully they'll get that resolved when our buses due. Fortunately, we got a new bus right before the supply chain issues, and so we gotta take advantage of it. So if you have any questions.
Like as far as the passenger data, and it says student passengers, and then it says children passengers. But would that be an adult with a child, I'm assuming, or?
That is sometimes an adult with a child, other times they are taking kids to the pool.
Oh, okay.
They'll take kids back and forth to the pool and some of those numbers.
Well, I was gonna ask about students too then, so do they drive kids, are there kids that aren't part of the bus system that take this to go to school, or? 'Cause there's like 1,400 people that.
I'm not sure if this takes children to school or not. That's
Yeah, that's a lot more than I expected.
Student discount if you have a student ID. Dan, as far as, so the Spring Valley and Stewartville, Stewartville's closer to Rochester, they charge the same or more for Spring Valley. I mean,
It's the same. To keep it affordable for all.
well, I credit a lot of the uptick in ridership to our Transit Advisory Committee. We didn't have a good committee until you came along.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for doing it. All right, any other questions for Dan? Otherwise, we'll go to communications. You got the Stewartville Foundation donation drive for the little free pantry in there. I think we talked about them a week or two ago, how we're putting them up around town, like the little libraries, except for little pantries, right? So we got the drop-off locations there. Shows you what items they'd really like to see you bring. So this will help a lot of people out. So pass that along to people you know. That'll take us to Mike. Okay, city council welcomes, you wanna be on the?
I just want to remind everybody, next Monday, October 2nd, is the Morning Lions meal appeal.
Oh,
Nothing.
oh,
So that's coming up right around the corner.
forgot about that, thank you, Al. Monday, October 2nd.
Yep.
Meal appeal, where's it at this year?
Methodist Church,
It will be at the Methodist Church again.
Yeah.
From when to when?
like 4:30 to.
Until you run out of potatoes.
Yeah.
Alright, good thing we got that out there. No open mic then? Alright, takes us to our last motion of the evening, the adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? We adjourn.